Okay, I think I'm live now. Oh my gosh. It is coffee chat time. And hello, how are you? I am excited that you are watching this, whether you're watching it live with me now or in the future. Hello, my name is Catherine Oster, and I am a certified facilitator with Access Consciousness, among many other things. Hey, okay, viewers, can you type me something in the comments? I want to see. Oh my God. Hi, Nicole. I can see your comments. I'm so excited. Who else is with me? I would love to know if you type me something in the comments. Hi, Laura. Lori. Sorry, Lori. I saw your name, Lori Corba, and I'm like, Laura, Lori, and Nicole. I'm so excited, you guys. It is a freaking gorgeous day out here today. I'm in Saskatchewan and the sun is out. It's winter, there's snow, and it is probably like, with the sun out, I bet you it's pluses. I was actually just outside, I went for a walk. And anyway, okay, I want to ask you guys if you could have anything out of this time with me, out of the coffee chat today, what would it be? I want to know. Can you tell me in the comments? If you could have anything out of a coffee chat with me, a chat, what would it be? What do you want to know about? What can I contribute to your life today? Loretta, thank you so much, Loretta. Loretta says, I'm an extraordinary facilitator. Thank you. I will receive that. Ah, Lori, Laura, it's all the same. I go by both. I love it. I love it, right? As an infinite being, you are not defined just by your name. So I'm just going to chit chat for a few minutes. And if any of you, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to type in the comments if there's anything I can contribute to you today. Any information, what is going on in your life, what's up for you? Is it money? Is it relationship? Is there something going on with your body? Would you like to have more ease with being in different situations? Okay, so Nicole says, stop blaming others for not taking action when it directly affects others. Like my manager at work. LOL, I love it. Okay, so do you mean, Nicole, I'm just going to ask you a question. Do you mean stop blaming others for you not taking action? How not to blame and then not. Okay, this is really funny, Nicole, because I actually had one of the gals on my email list emailed in. I just checked the email like this morning and she asked if I could talk about blame and guilt. And you are totally okay. We're going to talk about blame and guilt today. So, Nicole also said how to not blame and then not feel guilty for picking up their slack. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, we are going to use that thing called the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement, that really weird conglomeration of words that when you use it, it clears the energy of whatever you're talking about, whatever is up. So everything this is, Nicole, and for anybody else watching, can we destroy it and create it all? Times a godzillion. Now you energetically say yes or no. You can say yes out loud too if you want to. So everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So that is the clearing statement. And if you would like more information about that, you can go to theclearingstatement.com. And I'll also put that link with this video. Okay, so blame and guilt. So access consciousness, I'm going to back up for just a second. Access consciousness is a set of questions and tools that you can use to change situations in your life and begin to create your life. Not no longer being at the effect of everything around you, but affecting situations and people around you. So in access consciousness, In the foundation class, which we actually just finished up a 4-day foundation class, it was amazing. Um, we talk about distractor implants. Okay, so I'm going to give you a brief, just skiff over that information for you today. And if this really tweaks you and pulls you in, I would highly recommend taking a foundation class, a bars and a foundation class. Um, so, distractor implants are things in our life that distract us from what's really going on. It distracts us from knowing and seeing the choices that we can choose and make to change things in situations. Lori says, I've been trying to remember that statement since last night. Well, the funny thing is, Lori, is okay, so you can memorize it, which I did right away. It was like, I need to memorize this. Or you can just say pock and pod. And you can even just say the clearing statement. Everything that Catherine would say, all those weird words Catherine would say, if you can't remember it in the moment, because it still brings up the energy of it, which is really cool. That's the cool thing about energy is you can't actually get it right. You don't have to get it right. You just have to be present and ask. Okay. So, Nicole, we're going to go back to distractor implants. So, distractor implants are things in your life that when they come up, you can't handle them. They distract you from what's really going on. They distract you from seeing the choice that you can choose or the action you can take to change something. Blame, shame, regret, and guilt are distractor implants. There's actually like 20, just like everything can be a distractor implant, but since we're talking about blame and guilt today, blame, shame, regret, and guilt are distractor implants. So when you find yourself blaming yourself and feeling guilty for not taking action, or when you find yourself blaming somebody else or something else for what happened to you, you are distracting yourself. You get stuck in this situation and you cannot see a way out of it. So, one of the clearings that you can run with distractor implants when you find yourself blaming and feeling guilty is all of the distractor implants of blame and guilt that I am using to keep this locked in place, I destroy and uncreate it all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. That's the clearing statement. So, what I would entice you to do, Nicole, and anybody else who is experiencing blame and guilt, is just go back and listen to this video again and write it down, the clearing that I said. All of the distractor implants of blame and guilt that I have and that I am using that's keeping this locked in place. This is the situation you're asking about. I destroyed and created all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, the cool thing is you don't actually have to understand exactly what a distractor implant is, but just by you saying those words and running the clearing statement, you're using magic. You're using energetic magic to help change a situation for you. I'm going to say it one more time. So, all of the distractor implants of blame and guilt that I am using to keep this locked in place, I destroy and uncreate it all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay, so there's one other thing we can talk about is when you go into blame, you're sticking yourself. You are giving up your power to change a situation. So when you are blaming somebody else for something that is occurring, you are not acknowledging that you are actually powerful. You're not acknowledging that you can make a choice to change this. When you blame somebody else or something else for something that's showing up in your life, you are giving up your power and you are not acknowledging that you have another choice. So, when you notice yourself doing that, what if you could run that clearing statement that I said? All of the destructor implants of blame that I am using that's keeping this locked in place or keeping me locked in place, I destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And then the next question you could ask is, what choice, how can I change this? What choice can I make now to change this? You guys are getting like a mini foundation class in 15 minutes. What choice can I make next to change this? So you are acknowledging with that question that you are the creator of your life and you create your life through all of the choices that you make. You cannot change anything when you are making yourself at the effect of somebody or something else. So, for example, the foundation class that we just had was in Lloydminster. And I'm not seeing any of your comments right now, so if anybody's commenting, I'll read them back later. But so we were in Lloydminster. Now, we had a conference room at a hotel room booked, and I've had it booked for like 6 weeks. And with all of this COVID stuff, there's been new restrictions, new COVID protocols put in place over the last couple of weeks. And it was really light to book the hotel room. Light, I mean like it was expansive and it was great. And I kept checking in with the hotel to make sure that we could still have the class there and that we could still what regulations we would need to follow being there with it. Now it's interesting because normally I would have had like the past foundation classes that I've had have been at somebody else's home, like a private residence usually, whether it's my place or the ones that we've done in Lloydminster. I've done them at a friend's place. So yeah, so it's funny, but it was really light to get a hotel room this time. So the choice to follow the awareness of booking the hotel room created so much more space for the class because one of the restrictions that came about in the last couple of weeks is that you are only allowed to have minimum or maximum 5 people in a private residence, which is insane, I know. And because that's pretty much your family if you have kids. And the class that we were creating, there was 6, 7 people. There was going to be 8 people. One of them didn't make it. So by not having it at somebody else's residence, but by having it at a hotel room, a conference room, it allowed us to actually have up to 10. So we could have had a couple of more. And how does it get any better than that? So we were not at the effect of the new regulations. I listened to the energy and followed what was light, booking a conference room. Now, if I had a point of view that it costs me money to book a conference room to have a class, then I probably wouldn't have followed that energy. And I probably would have tried to have it at somebody's house and then just it probably wouldn't have created. Because especially, there are people around, like you could get reported and that's not really a light, expensive space to be where you're trying to hide yourself. But in the conference room, it was easy. So that is an example of taking action with a choice to create your life. Yeah, and following the energy and getting out of our own way with the points of view that we have, that we might have, that could be keeping us. So, like I said, a point of view is something that keeps you from choosing greater. So if I had the point of view that I don't want to book this conference room because it's going to cost me money, then I wouldn't have followed that. I would have tried to force it and have it at somebody else's house. And then with these new regulations, we would have been scrambling and maybe we couldn't find the room and the class probably wouldn't have happened actually. But getting out of my own way and choosing this conference room created so much more space and we could actually have the class, which was amazing. So if I had a point of view and I follow, and I like about the money thing, say, and I didn't book the conference room, then I could easily blame COVID for my class not happening. Okay? So, if I said no, we're just going to have it at somebody else's house, and then with the rules and regulations changing and us not being able to have more than 5 people in a private residence not happening, I could, and then the class might not have happened at all, less people, it just wouldn't have been fun. Maybe they all would have canceled, I don't know. And then I could say, well, this is stupid. I hate COVID. It totally wrecked my life. My class. My class was canceled because of COVID. Actually, my class was canceled because I wasn't willing to ask more questions beforehand and make a different choice because I had a point of view about the class. So that's just an example of blaming, putting yourself at the effect of blaming. And now I don't want you to go into the judgment of you. So if you are blaming yourself for something, you are not seeing the action you could take. So again, saying that clearing statement, all of the distractor implants of blame that I have keeping me locked in this place in my life with what's going on, I destroy and create them all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And then asking, what choice can I make to change this? Because then you are empowering yourself to know that you can change anything. Okay? Does that help? Does that give you some more information, Nicole, or did I totally just throw you into a circle? Which can happen because these tools don't necessarily make sense because they're different than everything that than anything I had ever known before. But at the same time, it was like, this is the conversation I wanted to have. These access classes invited me. They talked to what I always knew was true, but nobody ever talks to you about. What if you're not wrong? And what if you have another choice? Okay, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching me live. And in the future, if you didn't get to join live, and I'm going to put a link to that clearing statement with this video. And yeah. So Nicole says, I keep watching about distractor implants and I keep asking what's underneath. But so that's the thing, Nicole. If you keep going, run the clearing that I gave you, that I talked about today in the video, and then ask, what other choice can I make here? Because that will start to reveal what is underneath. What other choice can I make here to change this? What other choice can I make here to change this? Now, sometimes we're clearing a lot of lifetimes and a lot of layers of those distractor implants. So every time you run that clearing, it peels off, it chips away at the brick. And inside the brick is the diamond. And the more times you run that clearing statement, you'll keep chipping the brick. And one day you will get to the diamond. But the thing of it is often we give up just before we get to the diamond, just before we see that spark of light. We give up and we think, well, we must be doing it wrong, or it can't be right. I'm not doing it right, so it's never going to change. No, if that's coming up for you, if you are going into that judgment of yourself, stop it. Keep running the clearing statement and keep asking the question, and you will reveal the diamond, the gem. You will. Okay? So do that all this week. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do coffee chat again. And let me know. Or send me a message. Let me know. I want to, keep going. Never give up, never give in, never quit. When you are first running these clearings, it feels like not a lot is changing, but really there's so much more than you know, and it will start to shift. Okay, have an amazing rest of your day, you guys. Until next time, bye-bye for now.